The name is Lee Gates. The show is Money Monster.
Without risk, there is no reward.
Who's that guy on camera 2? Anybody know?
Was this a union thing?
Well, today there's a big world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. It is Money Monster, a new film starring and produced by George Clooney and his partner Grant Heslov, co-starring Julia Roberts and Jack O'Connell, directed by Jodie Foster. Now, this movie just could not be more of the times. It is almost like it's ripped out of the headlines here of what we're seeing happening in this world of ours. It centers around a television show, one of those financial advice shows like you see on CNBC, maybe the Jim Cramer host. Well, in this case, the host is Lee Gates, played by George Clooney. And he does some very flamboyant advice to viewers about what they should invest in or not invest in. Julia Roberts is his producer, Patty, when one day a guy creeps in carrying a couple of boxes and suddenly pulls a gun in the middle of a broadcast live on the air, taking its host, George Clooney, hostage, and making him put on a suicide bomber's vest as well that he is holding the trigger to.
Turn those cameras back on!
Jesus Christ!
Whoever's in there, turn those cameras back on right now!
I can't. Once I turn them off...
You're lying!
In his head! Turn the cameras on, Patty! Turn them on! Patty!
Well, this is tension-filled stuff, folks. But it leads in places I didn't quite expect, as the complaint by Jack O'Connell, who plays Kyle, the young New Yorker who lost everything after taking advice from Clooney on this show. It really centers around the complaints that he has and about how the system is rigged and how Wall Street is bad and how he lost everything and the little guy doesn't count. Where have you heard this? All of this we hear every day in this year's presidential election, using those very words that are in this movie, as the system is rigged. And all these people on Wall Street are out for themselves and don't care what happens to these little guys who are desperate. In this case, Jack O'Connell's character, very desperate to take this. But the movie goes in very interesting ways. It's very quickly paced. Jodie Foster's done a terrific job directing it. George Clooney is just sensational in this, and as are all the actors. It's fast-paced, smart, and right on the money. I would say this movie is a definite buy. I say go.